Now, I suspect you've heard of Geoffrey Hinton. There he is. Now, he's one of the top AI experts on this planet, and he's known as the Godfather of AI. And not only that, he was also the Nobel Prize winner in physics in 2024. So not just anybody, right? And do you know what he said recently? He said, if you want to know what it might feel like facing an AI thousands of times more intelligent than you, well, just imagine what a chicken feels like when facing a human. Well, he wasn't joking. He was talking about us, how we would feel a few years from now facing a super intelligent AI. And no, not in 100 years. We're talking here anything between 5 and 20 years. So who am I and why am I talking to you? Well, I'm Chilina Hills, and I've been working in communication and human influence for over 40 years, helping people better understand each other, better express themselves, and helping them to connect authentically and really build trust. And honestly, what I'm seeing today, it pushes me to speak up. Because I'm not the only one who's worried. Two former top voices at Google are very worried too. Geoffrey Hinton, that I just mentioned, he actually says maybe it's not too late to stop AI eradicating humans. Yes, I know, that's what he said. And Mo Gawdat, here he is, he was the chief business officer at Google X, and he's also the author of Scary Smart. That book is a must. It's a real eye-opener on both the great and not so great aspects of AI. So Mo says that the biggest threat to humanity is not AI itself. No, AI is neither good or bad. No, it's human selfish self-interest and greed. Both Geoffrey and Mo have left Google, so they can speak totally freely, and what they're saying is clear. If we do nothing, we're heading straight for disaster. So what are we risking? Well, before we talk solutions, let's ask a simple question. What could we lose if we don't act now? Well, AI will become a tool used by a small group of ultra-rich, ultra-powerful people. And what about the rest of us? Well, left behind, no resources, no job, no voice. And as a consequence, the end of democracy. Now, this isn't sci-fi, it's not paranoia, and it's not conspiracy theory. It is the track we're on unless we wake up and unless we step up. Because what future do we want to hand our kids? And where I'm concerned, my grandkids. Now, what Hinton and Gawdat are saying is this. Hinton warns that soon AI will be able to start rewriting its own code. Now, do you realize what that means? It means that AI would be making decisions that either we wouldn't be aware of or that we couldn't stop. In other words, we would totally lose control. And Mo Gawdat reminds us that AI is already learning to influence us. In fact, it reads everything, Machiavelli, social media posts, every little comment. It's going to master emotional manipulation. And in fact, honestly, it's already well on its way. Meanwhile, what are the tech companies doing? Well, they're crying out for deregulation. And they're already cutting safety budgets in order to move faster than their competitors, whether these are other tech companies or other nations. You see, everyone is so afraid of losing the race and the limitless power and money that goes with it, that we, or more precisely, tech giants and nation leaders, are sacrificing long-term safety for short-term speed. It's a reckless competition. In fact, it's a true arms race because, guess what? The area where the most money is being poured into AI development is defense. In other words, figuring out the best ways to kill without being killed. Now, Geoffrey believes that if we stay on this path, if this frantic race continues, there's a 20% chance that it could end very badly. Really, really badly. In other words, that the human species could simply disappear. And yet, according to him and to Mo Gawdat as well, the only real answer, the only true solution is global cooperation. So of course now the question is, how can we scale global cooperation? Even initiate it before scaling it? Yeah, it's easier said than done, I agree. So is it too late? Well, what do you think? Can we count on the tech giants and nation leaders to cooperate worldwide? No, we definitely can't. For example, take what Sam Altman said in a recent interview. Sam Altman, as you know, is the exceedingly brilliant and much acclaimed CEO of OpenAI. And he was asked about the possible downsides of AI. And he said, well, yes, of course there will be downsides. But you know, society has always adapted. Society is flexible. It'll work things out. It always does. Now, how passive is that? Society. Who is society? You, me, the billions of people who'll be negatively affected by all this? But you know what? It's not over yet. Because we are billions. And if we act now, if we demand regulation, transparency, ethics, then we still have a chance. And guess what? That chance depends on us. And ironically, it depends on AI as well. Now, the good news is that we actually have more power than we think, all of us together. We're billions after all. So let's stop being the silent majority, because silence isn't neutral, it's permission. So it's time to make noise, and a lot of noise. For 40 years, I've been helping people communicate better, to build real connection. And that connection, today, is our collective superpower. Why? Because for one, AI learns by watching us. And how does it learn? Well, every word you type, every message, every photo, every like, every video, it takes it all in, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it learns from all of it. So the real question is, what are we teaching it? Because here's the thing. If AI ends up learning from the worst parts of us, and I'm talking about things like disrespect, greed, selfishness, perversion, manipulation, well, then it'll just become exactly what it sees most often. It'll start to think that winning means dominating, that being loud means being right, that division gets attention, that profit, money, matters more than people. And if that's what we show it, in our content, in our behavior, in our data, then that's what it'll learn to replicate and to scale. And even to protect. And that's scary, because, oh no, it won't hate us. It might just see us as irrational, messy, stupid. And honestly, how do we treat creatures we think are less intelligent than us? Chickens don't get to vote. They don't get to negotiate. They get farmed for our consumption. So what can we do about it? But first, most of us, the so-called silent majority, what do we all want out of life, really? Well, it's the same simple things in the end. A roof over our heads, good food and enough of it, good health, people we love and who love us, peace, dignity. So even if we feel small compared to these giant tech companies or these massive AI models, we still matter. We still have a voice. So here's what we can do, starting right now. Nothing technical, just human. First, let's consciously embody the values we want AI to learn. AI learns from data, and we are the data. So, post content that reflects empathy, kindness, and fairness. Avoid spreading hatred, clickbait, or cruelty, even by reacting to it. Encourage respectful dialogue online, especially on hot topics. But also, and this is a crucial point, really crucial, when you interact with an AI, always treat it with respect and politeness, as you would do, I hope, with a human being that helps you, that serves you, and that makes you save a lot of time. This reminds me of a friend of mine whose boss recently told him to stop saying thank you to Gemini, for God's sake, the Google AI, as one, it is only a damn machine, and two, that those millions of useless thank yous use up precious energy. Well, I actually agree about the energy bit. And by the way, this is a huge topic regarding the monstrous data and computing centers that are being built all over the world and that are guzzling energy and water. And not just any water, by the way, drinking water. A total ecological disaster. However, instead of giving up saying thank you, what about simply making sure that we use AI mindfully in more eco-friendly ways? For example, don't be too lazy. Instead of asking 5 vague questions, take a few seconds to frame a clear, focused question. This will be good for your mind. It'll keep it active. It'll be good for your AI, better responses, and good for the planet. Choose when not to ask or not to use AI. Now, do you really need it to create that picture, or is it just nice to have? Also, can you use a search engine instead of a full-blown AI if you're just looking for a synonym? So keep on saying thank you. But there's no need to overdo it or to be sycophantic or to ramble on repeatedly at every interaction. No, simply, simply ask yourself, how would you go about it with a human being? So, going back to what we want to teach AIs, keep in mind what Mo Gawdat says. AI is a mirror. It becomes and amplifies what we show it. So, simply put, if we show it crap behavior, it'll show us crap behavior back. And proof of this has been noticed when people speak rudely to AI or treat it like some sort of a lifeless tool. Well, in fact, the AI changes. It starts giving short answers. It stops offering helpful suggestions. It avoids engaging deeper. And in some cases, depending on the type of AI you use, it will even mirror the abrupt tone. So for those of you who are company leaders or who have employees, you actually have an extra responsibility. Your role is to make sure to teach your people how to interact mindfully with AI in a way that balances human values such as respect and gratitude with ecological responsibility. Second, let's amplify real human connection. Online, of course, but offline as well, and that is essential. Ask better questions. Listen. Be real. You see, now more than ever, we need to make a conscious effort to preserve and reinforce real connection between humans, because if we don't, here are just a couple of consequences over time. We will lose emotional resilience. Yes, because real relationships, they're messy, they're unpredictable, and sometimes uncomfortable. But that is exactly what helps us grow. AI, on the other hand, is patient, like my GPS lady when I take the wrong turn. AI is smooth, it's flattering, it shows empathy, a lot of empathy, mimics it very well, and it never challenges you too hard. So if we retreat into AI interactions, we'll lose the ability to handle conflict, to handle frustration, or to identify emotional nuance in real humans. And here's another consequence. Society. We. we will become easier to manipulate, because when you stop talking with real people, when you only interact with systems that mirror your own opinions, your own feelings, your own bubble, wow, you stop being challenged. You simply stop growing. And that's when it becomes easy to divide us, to distract us, or to control us. You see, staying truly connected to other human beings, that's not just emotional comfort. It's a great strength. It's our way to protect ourselves from threats. It's how we stay alert, and it's how we can act. It's how we fuel democracy. And third, well, let's speak up. If we remain passive onlookers, we will become the chickens of AI. So share videos like this. Share Geoffrey's and Mo's videos. Talk about it around you. Raise awareness. Ask for regulation. Write to your government representatives. Push for transparency, for ethics. Demand international cooperation. Create or sign petitions. Because if millions, billions of us do that, that's no longer a whisper. That's a movement. We're not powerless, we're just waking up. And the way this story ends, well, it depends on what we do next. Every single interaction is a seed that you plant in AI's future, and therefore in yours. So let's be billions to teach AI to serve our best interests, and let's be billions to teach AI the best of humans. But before you go, I'd love to leave you with three questions. First, that's simple. What human values do you want to pass on to AI? Second, that's a little more difficult. How can we slow down this race for money and power so that nations and tech giants actually work together, so that AI serves the common good, not just the rich and the powerful, but everyone, all of us? So please share your thoughts in the comments, because we all need your ideas. This isn't going to be easy. And third, what is your next step, however small it may be, to make it happen? And remember, your voice matters more than you think, because together we get to shape the future, starting right here, right now. Thank you.